Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Joining me are these young stars and the cast of Kalank. Guys, firstly, thank you so much. Always nice to have you guys on NDTV.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Always
Very cool shades. What do you guys think of that?
We think it's great.
I think I'm starting a new trend.
He's starting a new trend, and the
Shades
truth is
in
that
interviews.
we are very honoured that Adi's made it because he's running a temperature. He's actually unwell.
He's been very ill since
He's cancelled
Q14.
three shoots.
And
feel
I'm
very
trying to be like a
honoured.
poker player, you know, you hide your face.
Feelings.
You
Yeah.
hide your emotions.
He's hiding his feelings. So the
Right now I'm
release-
hiding my temperature.
Temperature. Really appreciate you cancelled 3 shoots.
One huge.
Guys, you know, anyone who first sees this poster will talk about how rich it's looking, the costumes, the production. Tell me, when a script comes to you right at the start, do you have an idea of what it, I mean, does it include all that, the scale that, you have an idea?
If it's a
The
Dharma
poster
film, then it
creative definitely
includes
is not part of the first pitch.
Right.
Sometimes it is.
If it's a Dharma
Have you ever been?
No.
Yeah,
have you ever
Abhishek
been
is right,
offered a
yeah.
film with like a poster
Yeah,
design?
I
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, they
In the narration they show the trailer.
But I get scared when those
You're
things
part of
happen.
it, or you're not? They're
they
like
morph
random
your
cuts.
No, they
face
cut
onto like
morph
other
your
people's
face
body.
onto other
Say,
things.
"Aisa hoga."
But
Aisa
that's a
hoga.
little scary.
yeah, that is a bit
That's a
scary,
little
but,
Yeah.
but it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's a Dharma film and they come to you with this
Where they have
world and all,
investors
yeah.
from Nagpur.
So then you have kind of a, like notion of how it's
Money's
going
coming
to be,
from somewhere.
Yeah, Alia.
I think I totally agree with Sona, especially the fact that, of course, Dharma Productions, but also for me, this film was when I read it, because
Right.
I know Abhishek,
About
how
the process.
inspired he is by this world, visuals, his frame, etc. I was like, oh my god, this is kind of
Right.
like, he's meant to do films like this,
Right.
make films like
Even
Great.
I totally, in fact, I was discussing this with someone that, this film, this is Abhishek's genre, I feel. A lot of young directors don't attempt this genre.
Right.
And I think, obviously, Subhash Ghai would make it wonderfully well.
Yeah,
Raj
yeah.
Chopra would make it. Sanjay Leela Bhansali has done an outstanding job of
Right.
what he's doing with dramas. And I think Abhishek, from the young generation, he's the only one who's attempting it at such a
True.
big scale.
True.
I think it's very brave of him to attempt it for his second film.
Right.
It's not like he's done a big body of work before this.
Right.
He's just done one film, and to do a film like this for his second film, I think it
Very
takes
brave and
a
big
lot of
one.
guts.
You feel it's brave?
I think it's been amazing for the way he's even handled all of
All
us.
the actors.
Yeah.
And made everyone feel so secure in
Yeah.
what they're doing and kind of.
Because all actors come with a certain set of demands.
Are you easy to
all
handle?
actors are
No,
easy to
I know
Yeah.
about Alia's contract because obviously we managed by the same people, so I know her demands. In the
Yeah,
contract, in
like-
the top
like-
10.
Is-
Please mention
Of
if
pistachios
there's
have
a
come from
Pistachios,
Brazil.
yeah. Just when you thought he was on your side, he's just.
Alia?
Oh god, the fever, Adi.
Wait, Adi, what is pistachios? What is this?
I don't even
She
eat
has
pistachios,
pistachios.
guys.
The pistachios come from Brazil. She says this is the brand I need. This is the
Like her
Right.
tea bags also
this is
come.
the link.
Yeah.
Her tea bag.
My
That's-
almonds come from Paris.
How nice.
Like these, obviously that's you can only do that when you can only do that when Rajamouli signs you for a film.
This equation is great because I've asked only one question.
The interview will continue.
No, but tell me, are you easy to handle?
I'm easy if the person who's handling me is easy.
Why are you asking him?
Because-
is he easy to handle? Ask
He
us.
brought
Varun
he
is
brought.
very low
Okay,
maintenance.
correct.
He
correct.
needs
So
a
now
Yeah,
you tell me.
great.
He needs a good preparation of chicken and some
And Coco Pops.
and a half fry at 4 in the morning. And
That's
he's
it,
good.
bro. We were pretty much staying on a field during this film, with like a school doing the like reunion and the outings over there. Me and Adi were pretty much. There were days when like we were out like just sitting on grass
Right.
waiting. We
Yeah.
didn't even have rooms.
No,
Right.
we didn't have rooms. One day we
When
slept.
was this?
One day
Yeah,
they said,
when was
When
this?
did you
She's
all have
asking,
rooms?
we didn't have rooms, not times.
Lies.
From
You're
the-
like to another
Yeah.
level. You all should write together,
Yeah.
Because you're getting your drive.
Good you're there,
You're
Alia. I would have
reading
known
something.
what is true and what is not out of
They
what
never
these boys
sat
are
on the
talking.
grass alone ever.
Yeah.
They always had rooms. And
But we had no high demands. Even if
never
we didn't
had
have a
demands.
room.
We didn't have
Basically, you're trying to prove that you all had no demands and you're such nice boys. You all will stay wherever that.
We drove by car 6,
No,
7
Adi.
hours.
Yeah.
That everybody
Adi,
does.
What do you have to
stranded.
do?
The location is far, you have to get there.
Adi,
I've
did you go
eaten
to
in a ghostly restaurant.
alone.
In,
if anyone
alone.
was stranded, it was me. You made it across the border from Kargil to Srinagar. I was the one who was stranded. So stop talking now.
Why
Because
were you stranded?
Why were you stranded? Why
Because
you
of the
stranded?
snow.
How were you going to fly back to Bombay?
Huh?
How were you going to fly back?
I was not going to fly to
But
Bombay.
when you were, how were you flying? You had booked something, no?
A plane.
Right. Okay. Then when you on a set, everybody is saying, like you mentioned, it's looking like a very Bhansali kind of film, and that's a great compliment because he makes really great spectacle. And is that the feedback that you all have got from the trailer so far?
Yeah, I think people say that
For the
it's very-
look, yeah.
The look.
Yeah.
The look,
I-
okay.
the world-
Sorry. The feedback I've been getting is that you haven't seen a film like this for a long time.
Yeah,
Actually,
actually.
I don't feel like we've got a reaction where people have felt like it's more of the same of anything.
Right.
No, it's not more of the same,
No.
but I think
Well
yes,
said.
people
The
are
look-
saying the world is looking,
Right.
and I think the reason is because, as you were just saying, nobody has really tapped into this
Tried
genre.
something
I
like that.
think in a really long time.
Right.
except for
I think this
maybe
fever is
Sanjay
done
sir.
very good. He's
Good,
giving the
yeah,
best
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
I think you
Coming
only
up with the
answer.
best,
Alia, don't get
Adi, you've come in full form today.
Is it?
Where are we hearing, Alia?
It's fallen.
Fallen.
I mean, I didn't put any.
Oh, she's
I
gone for the. Achha, no.
I don't care over it. We found
Right,
the year.
guys. Tell me, are there people on social media who
You want to
who
come
you
here?
know will give you honest feedback? Do you track that for a trailer like this if it comes out?
You know, I don't know. I feel like even if we really look at feedback and understand feedback, none of us will feel satisfied until the film releases.
Really?
Because that
Yeah.
is the true feedback. And that's the majority.
Right.
So whether it's good, we feel nervous. Whether if it's not good, we feel even more nervous.
Right.
As of now, it's all positive.
It's
Right.
really positive.
It's very positive, but we will never really feel, oh yeah, this feedback is correct. Because the real feedback is
The film.
17th April film.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, tell me, but you know, when the trailer comes out, you show it to your family, all you guys. What is that feedback like? Because for them, it obviously is a matter of great pride. You guys.
Yeah.
putting
I'll
this
be very
together.
honest, when this teaser came out, and I'm not trying to be pompous about this, I think it took everyone by storm because people didn't know what Kalank is.
Right.
They knew we were shooting
Yeah.
a film like that, but this teaser kind of blew up on the internet.
Right.
It was trending on #1 everywhere. Nobody expected this film to be so big, all of us to have these looks. And that response was
Yeah.
really organic
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
felt it, you know. And then after that, we've just received tremendous love from everyone. I think whether it's been her song, whether it's been First Class or the love song with all four of us, I think it's just showing the visual the director wants to show. You
Right.
know this is something new, you know. So I know that the last trailer that came out, Adi has received numerous calls from like fans all over the world actually,
Yeah, there's been.
and it's
Where
been
all?
very good. Yeah, it's
It has,
genuinely
and
good.
Khemu as well, Kunal.
Khemu
Yeah.
has been, so, you
Yes.
know, this film is always going to throw surprises at you. I think Sonakshi is looking amazing. She's doing this part. I think it's the first time you're playing something like that in your
Yeah,
career.
and honestly, I think even I was surprised when I saw the teaser and the
You
trailer
said
because there are
that,
a lot
yeah.
of portions in the film, a lot of visuals
Yeah.
that I was not a
You're
part
not a
of.
part of, right.
And you know, a lot of scenes with these guys and all that I was not a part of. So I didn't know what they were doing while I was doing my thing.
Right.
So even when I saw it, I was blown away. Like my
Right.
mind was completely blown. In fact, when my mom saw it, I think she had a little bit of a emotional. She started crying and all. She was like, "Oh my
Sweet.
God,
How
I'm so
sweet, yeah.
proud!" Oh. So she went into that whole zone.
She
So that's
cried at the
amazing.
teaser launch as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
very,
it
very
is
emotional
emotional,
when
yeah.
it all comes together and you're seeing it for the first time and you don't know what is there, you know, beyond what you have done.
Right.
So it was a great feeling.
No, there's a lot of emotion.
Right.
In
Yeah.
this team.
Right. I can see that.
we cry on reality
I
shows.
can see that.
Adi got very
We-
emotional.
we shed a
during the
tear.
reality
That's
show.
why he's wearing
cry.
shades. What
On
is
that
he
note,
crying?
Make people cry.
We shed a slow tear.
I'll shed the shades as well.
Okay.
I'm with you all.
Good. Looking even better. Great. You know, tell me about Abhishek. We will never get to interview him because he doesn't want to do interviews. Tell me how the reaction was also. How did he pull this off? I'm sure he's a technically very sound guy. Tell what is he like on the set?
A ball of stress.
Right.
Yeah.
A ball of stress,
No, no.
but I would
he's
say
always
he's
stressed.
stressed, but he never is not clear about what he wants.
Yeah.
What he wants, right?
So you never get a sense as an actor that your director is also as like clueless as you. He's always there to kind of guide you in that sense.
He's such a perfectionist,
Yeah, he's
and
a
by in terms of ball of stress, I mean like he knows
wants-
what he's doing is great,
Right.
but he'll keep thinking of ways how do I do it better.
Better.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
you know that's such a good quality to have as a filmmaker because that just adds up and turns into a film like this. Then,
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's an amazing guy as well. He's
He
such a
is,
sweet
yeah.
boy. I had a blast.
He's the hungriest director I've ever worked
Yeah.
with.
Wow.
I'll be
That's a
honest.
great
Like
What do you
he will, he'll push you to the deep end.
He'll really
He's
Yeah.
like what Adi said. You
Yeah.
know, he's so clear about what he wants that until you might say, you know, I want to play it like that, or Abhishek, let me try it like that. But he has this very distinct idea of how he wants each character to sound, look,
No,
feel
but
in a
having
scene.
said that also, even though he's very clear, he actually is probably the most like he loves exploring
He listens
on set.
also.
He loves
You have to
exploring.
go
Like he
down his
doesn't do
lane, but-
readings.
Yeah,
He doesn't like to do any rehearsals. He's like, you come do in front of the camera.
Right.
And if he comes to you with a suggestion, at least, and I'm like, no, but Abhi, I'm not feeling it because I give him a good reason, he'll forget it. Okay, fine, you're right. And now that, I feel for me, it happened with me many times. For me, I felt it was a very collaborative experience. And I remember during Two States, he was the same. He was always very, very clear. But on this film, because there are so many different characters, he wanted each and every character's tone, pitch, everything to be different from each other and from what we've done before. So he actually inspired us to be a different version of ourselves.
I think one fun thing that I would look forward on the set was the different ways in which he would tell me no, or the way that he would reject my ideas. Not feeling it. One day he just said it's fake. You're fake.
But Abhishek is very blunt. It's not working. I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it. I can't see it.
There are some directors who try and kind of manipulate their way of kind of showing you.
Not to make
so he's not one of those guys that are going to
But I love the fact that he's just so honest, and it's so nice when a director gives you that kind of feedback and freedom.
What was the biggest feedback he gave you, or criticism, or whatever, which hit you like the most? I know mine, and which involves her also, but which is yours?
He said you're the first person to give one take, okay?
Which is true. Which did happen. By the way, this did happen.
I remember walking on set.
I felt like I won like a big award or something.
It was a big award.
It was.
Guys, they scared me. They're like, Abhi is going to fully nichod you, and he doesn't say okay ever for like 1, 2, 3 takes. He'll go to 10 takes, and all. I was like, really? Then one day he came and he's like, okay. Then he came to me, he's like, one take only we did. Should we do another one? I was like, you liked it, na? He's like, yeah, I loved it. It was fantastic.
You.
So much criticism.
No, but what do you feel like one of the funniest ones, or the one that?
He said you're looking looking cranky.
His favorite thing was that. Looking very whiny.
Cranky, whiny.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's manly. I said, no.
I think this was the last scene, wasn't it?
No, this was some very... I don't want to say what's
I think
But
with
even
me,
the last scene, he was doing something. He told you something very funny.
I think the funny things he told me, and with he just said, I need you to be like a man. You're not a man. So I said, then what am I?
Stop being
It's not a man.
Yeah,
you're not a man right now. I said, then what am I? I don't know. I'm figuring out where you are, but you're not a man. And he would scream to Ali, I need you like a woman. Like, grow up. You're like grown up.
Yeah, he would always tell me like same thing, that too little, but the scene is serious, but still little. So then it was very difficult. Like to not be happy but not be sad.
What
so
do
where do you go?
Right.
That is like,
but with you and Abhi, I always sense, because they had worked together, Alia and
Bro, they bullied me.
They bullied me. They have another language.
I have been bullied by them, because I would be like, why don't we say, no, you don't know anything yet. We just keep quiet, just listen to what they say.
But I think because I've worked with him, and also where we talk every day, like 2 times a day.
Even I talk to him.
So that thing could be seen like on set.
No, but my connect with him is different.
I know him from before you know him, so I'm yapping with him.
It's different. You can't.
You worked on a film.
I know him.
We worked on a film together.
I know him way better than you.
But no, you don't.
I worked on 2 films with him.
Which?
On My Name
not
is
as
Khan,
an
we were
actor,
ADs, we stayed in the same room for 3
but
months.
Not as an actor.
He's ironed my clothes.
It's not as an actor.
He was directing me before
You made him iron your clothes?
No, he just did it.
Okay.
Because he doesn't like untidy stuff.
Okay, guys, when you all were told that Sanjay Dutt and Madhuri will also be a part of this, what was that reaction like? We've all grown up watching. No, yeah,
You say.
I said, wow.
Yeah.
That was the exact emotion.
You go that.
Thrilled,
right?
Thrilled.
Tama.
Right. Yeah. And what was it? What we have all grown up watching. The guys like the way Sanjay Dutt walks, girls like the way Madhuri dances, and everything about her. Was there anything that you got to know after working with them?
That they call each other ma'am and sir on set.
Yeah.
Which
now
funny. You've also started calling Alia ma'am.
I have been calling her ma'am.
From the trailer launch, the day you heard.
Yeah,
Never
we saw
call
that.
me
Yeah.
ma'am.
I've always called you ma'am.
Never call me ma'am.
Never
call me ma'am.
So many times.
But do you know, did they call each other all this before also? or
No,
this
they
now?
never did.
No.
Okay, that you
That's
know.
all now.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything that you got to know about both of them?
I worked with Sanju sir before in Son of Sardar,
Yes.
and we've known him for a very long time. He's a friend of the family and all. So he's very fond of me. Like I've literally grown up in front of him.
Right.
So, didn't learn anything new as such, but it's always such a pleasure working with him because he's so warm and he's always so full of stories.
Yeah,
stories, right.
And I love hearing those little stories about him, my dad from him.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. With Madhuri ma'am, I was working with for the first time, and it's been like literally something I can check off my bucket list. Like I'm so happy that I'm in the same film as Madhuri Dixit. Wow, what a it's an achievement in itself. Yeah.
For me, it was almost because everyone knows that she had replaced the late Sridevi ma'am in this film. So I remember one day we were doing a scene. It was a small scene, and it was I think a second day on set, and we were just sitting, and she spoke to me about like how it affected her.
Right.
That her sudden demise affected her, and I could see how emotional she was, or how shaken up she was with that fact, that it had happened, and how they were contemporaries. So I think this was something to learn, I could say, because I mean down the road, I guess. Sorry to take this into a dark zone, but I think we are all going to face it at some time, that when you have contemporaries and people will pass away at some point, So just seeing that was kind of a learning. The way she was handling it, and she had such a nice spiritual and nice take to it, and how she felt almost like she had to be responsible for this film now, that one of her peers was not there to be in charge of the
step. It was a very big emotional.
It was such a beautiful, but it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
No, but he's right. It was a very big emotional sort of decision that I think ma'am took for her. So it was like it almost like, okay, I will take this.
Sure.
I mean, people don't understand it, but she almost felt कि यार ये हमारा career साथ में गया है.
Right.
And now she's not there to do this. She had made a commitment, but I will fulfill her
How
commitment.
nice.
That's
Lovely.
such a beautiful thing.
That's such a beautiful thing. Lastly, to both of you also, anything that you got to know about Sanju, Madhuri?
I think, like Sona said, with Sanju sir, it was all stories. In my case, about my dad, because I mean, my dad has had almost another life before I was born. So, and I don't know anything about that. So, all those really funny stories. And with Madhuri ma'am, strangely, she and I would always talk about diets. We would spend most of the time talking about dieting. It was quite entertaining.
Adi?
Yeah, I think just good memories of shooting on set, and also his style of sitting outside the van. Sitting outside the van row is something I want to start. It's a big one. Salman Bhai also does that.
He sits outside the van,
and because it can get a little depressing, as actors we're also kind of professional waiters. We have to wait a lot. So sitting in the van, sitting outside the van, put that chhat out,
and you're there with your people, and you're making them also have a good time.
Correct.
It's not only about enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Great, clearly shows all you guys had a good time. This is looking lovely.
Like you every Saturday night.
Best of luck to all of you.
Party animal.
Thank you so much.
Great job.